We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. We'll be joined here by my brother Tim in just a few minutes. But for today, we got a pretty small NHL slate. That's why we kind of bumped it back a little bit here, the 10-15 mark. Only 3 games in the NHL. And we do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in the NBA. So 10 games we'll be going over today. No college basketball, so it's just NHL and NBA today. And it'll be tomorrow, the start of the NITs, the start of the first fours. Looking at a couple spots there, looking at a little bit of Mississippi State, a little bit of SEMO. For those first 4 games, we'll be doing free pick videos on all the games basically. So. And I'll probably be posting all my plays up on Twitter for the big tournament, for the NITs and the CBIs and all that. We're probably not. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday, what went right and what went wrong in the world of sports betting. Overall, yesterday was meh. I mean, it felt like one of the most average days. I down the juice, whatever. 3-2 in the NCAA. Princeton plus 3.5 wins outright. Texas A&M plus 4 was a blowout loser. Dayton Flyers plus 2.5 was a loser. Memphis plus 5.5, they went outright. Penn State Nittany Lions plus 6, never in doubt. They were down 17 points with 6 minutes to go and lost the game by 1. So almost a complete collapse by Purdue. But at the end of the day, they held on. And then XFL came up a little short. We had over 36.5 in Arlington, St. Louis. And that game finished at 35. Brooklyn plus 9 was a winner, but Oklahoma City, San Antonio over 237.5 was a loser. So 1-1 in the NBA, down 0.09 units. So very meh there. NHL was frustrating. I had the Devils money line. That was rather easy. That was my only win of the day, though. I went 1-1, down 0.26 units. Both I had Nashville -1. They were up multiple goals in the third period. Ducks score a couple goals in the third period, force overtime. I was lucky to get the push there with the Nashville Predators. Wasn't as lucky with the Minnesota Wild. I had Minnesota Wild -1. They had a third period lead, and they lose in overtime to the third string goalie of the Arizona Coyotes. Not a good look. But all of a sudden, this team, this Minnesota Wild is an over team. We've noticed. I mean, they're getting contributions offensively from other players, which is good to see for Minnesota. But how do you lose that game against Arizona? But that was just frustrating there. So 1-1 in the NHL yesterday, down 2.26 units. 5-5-1 overall, down 0.41 units. So not that it was a very average day. Exciting day yesterday though, because obviously we had the March Madness brackets released. I'm already eyeing down a couple big upsets or a couple decent sized dogs that I'm going to look to back. I know Kent State's one I have circled. I know that where are a couple of the other ones I had circled. I kind of like Colgate getting the points, maybe outright. I like ULF Lafayette getting the points, potentially outright. I like NC State getting the points and outright. Providence. I like Miami for the tournament, but this line against Drake just confuses me. That's only a 2.5. I'm kind of like Drake in that spot just because of the line. So a couple big dogs I'm looking at there for the tournament because that was announced yesterday. So definitely Tim and I know we're going to be betting every single March Madness game because why not? It's March Madness. And feel like we can probably find something in every game. But that being said, let's head over to the chat. Real Deal Prime going like that. Equanimous going like that. All right. We are live. Yes, we are live. Just NBA and NHL today. What a sad day. With that being said, I need a pick to blindly tail today. I have locked in 3 plays in the NHL, and I locked in 3 plays in the NBA. So I have 6 plays today. Way to go, Terry's Wild. I know, right? Morning. Morning untouchable. Wild suck. I wouldn't say that, but yeah, that was just a frustrating loss yesterday. I was hoping for at least a push there in that game. But with that being said, we'll start it off here. The Colorado Avalanche are at the Montreal Canadiens. Avalanche minus 250 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. Let's grab where the line has moved in this one. Interesting line movement here is Colorado opened up as a minus 290. This has come down a solid 39 cents down to minus 251. So 39-cent line movement towards the Montreal Canadiens. And this line opened up over 6.5 at plus 104. It's now over 6.5 at plus 101. So 3-cent move towards the over in this game. And I kind of disagree with that line move. I have this game projected for Georgiev and Allen. It could be Montembeau. I don't care. Both. I don't mind either of them, honestly. I can see, and I see this being a lower scoring game. I don't have Colorado as a minus 250 favorite. That's for sure. But I'm not really looking at the side. It's Montreal or nothing on the side, just because of the price for it. I'm going after the total here, and I have this game projected for 5.35 goals. So I really like the under in this game. Under 6.5 is probably one of my favorite plays of the slate. When we look at it, Colorado's been playing a little bit more of lower event hockey. When you look at it, and 3 of their last 5 games have actually 6 straight have under 6.5 expected goals. So this is a team that's not playing pace-wise super fast. They are 4-5-1 over under the last 10 games, which probably means 4-6 to the under 6.5 because that under that push is probably a 6. See, it was a 6. And they have been playing a little more under as of late. Montreal, not as much. They have been playing more towards the over. I mean, 4 out of the last 7 games have gone under for them, but they've been primarily an over team this year. But I like the under 6.5 in this spot. I think this is going to be a little bit lower scoring of a game. I could see this being potentially a 2-1, 3-1 type of game. I can see this going to overtime because this is a Colorado team that does need points. Not as much on the side of the Canadians, obviously. But this is definitely an interesting time for the Colorado Avalanche, where they're going to need to get points. They're back up to plus 325 for the division. So unfortunately, I don't think the division is I don't think the division's in reach for Colorado anymore, the way Dallas is playing. I feel like Dallas has kind of locked up that division. Colorado does have 2 games in hand, but they are 7 points back, and they're kind of running out of time here. They're going to need Dallas to fall off a little bit, and I just don't see that happening. So I think, unfortunately, both my divisional futures are dead at this point. But with that being said, I am on the under in this spot for that one. I like the Canadians in the under might play the draw. I think those would be my leans as well. But the under is a play for me, under 6.5. Buffalo Sabres and Toronto Maple Leafs. The Leafs are minus 250 home favorites with a total of 7 in this game. Looking at this spot here, let's take a look at where the line is moved. This line opened up at Toronto minus 255. It went down to 250, and it's down to 245. So this line has moved 10 cents towards the Buffalo Sabres. And this line opened up over 7 at plus 109. It's dropped 5 cents to over 7 at plus 104. So it's actually moved 5 cents towards the over in this game. And looking at the spot, once again, I disagree with the line movement here. The line movement's moved towards the under, and it's moved towards the over, and I like the under in this game. I have this game projected 3.5 to 2.84. So it's a slight lean towards Buffalo if I had to get involved with the side in this game. Not particularly too interested in the side. I'm more interested in the total. And then I have that projected at a 6.34. I thought this line should be more like a 6.5 rather than a 7. I see this as maybe a little bit more of a defensive battle than people think. Now I get it. Buffalo defensively has not been the greatest as of late, but this Toronto team has actually been, I believe, a better under team than they have an over team this year. They've been a pretty good under team. 28 overs, 34 unders. So this Toronto team has actually been pretty good towards the under. They have gone over in back-to-back games, but previous to that, they had not broken 7 in 5 in a row. And they haven't broken 7. Actually, 6 of their last 7. One of their overs the last 2 games was a 6.5, and it hit 7. So I think that Toronto can potentially play pretty decent defense in this game. Matt Murray is going to be in net, which I have no problem with. I think Toronto wins this game, and it stays under. I think this is a lower scoring game. So I'm on the under 7 in this one as well, hoping for a little bit of a sleepy Monday in the NHL. 2 unders to start the card.
Good morning.
What's up, Nick? Hit the like. Appreciate it. Welcome, Tim. Are we going Sabres fade the injury report? Because Tuck is back. I can see that.
I saw him practicing.
Yeah, I have no interest in the side because even if I wanted to play the Maple Leafs, they're ridiculously priced. So I'm good on the side there. Usual Sabres game, Sabres day, same game parlay. Money line over. Anytime goal scorer, Chase Thompson. I completely disagree with the over there. I'm on the under 7 in that spot. But welcome, Tim.
Yeah, I was looking up his injury report on DK. He's still on IR, but it says that he practiced with the Sabres on Sunday.
Gotcha.
So we'll see whether or not that. And Ballin out?
Is Ballin out?
Let's go check for that. Yep. He's considered day-to-day with an upper body injury. So load management. Got it. Did you go through all the comments? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on. Wow, you only got 3 games today because this is the Stars and the Crack, and this is the last game. Stars minus 126 is your total.
Yeah, we just saw this matchup the other day, and actually, I'm seeing it bounce back and forth between 2 different goaltenders. Actually, I think it is going to be Jake Andre. I don't know why. I think Money Puck said Murray. I think I got confused, though, with the Toronto one. Yes, it was quoting the same source as the Toronto one. All right. Yeah, I got confused because the backup goaltender for right now for Dallas is Matt Murray, or it's Matthew Murray. And the starting goaltender today for Toronto is Matt Murray. So, okay, got a little bit confused. So I'm going to have to adjust those numbers there. Which makes me like Dallas even more. Dallas actually opened up as a minus 125. They've moved down 5 cents to minus 120. Over 6, minus 115. It stayed the same there. These 2 teams just played, and Dallas won in overtime in a game that Dallas was the better overall team. And I really don't see much changing here. This is a Seattle Kraken team that is a much better road team than they are home team, and they're backing Climate Pledge Arena for this one. And I think this game is priced extremely incorrectly. I think Dallas should be a much, much bigger favorite in this game, and people are, I think, valuing too much of the Seattle Kraken here. Because I have this game projected 3.5 to 2.6. So I think this game is actually pretty widespread, and there's a nice little edge here with the Dallas Stars. So I'm going with Dallas here at the minus 120 price tag. I think that's a reasonable price to pay for them here. You can get over 3.5 at plus 125. I don't think that's a bad look either. But I am on the Stars here to close out the night.
There you go. Stars to close it out. That's Brisk, baby. Oh, yeah, Brisk at T. Under in the draw.
I could see that. These 2 teams did go to overtime last game. Both teams need points.
Hintz, Pavelski, and Penn anytime goal. Or Ben anytime goal. That's just Richie liking his Stars today. Let's head to the hardwood for today, Nick.
Yeah, I have a play in this game. This beautiful, beautiful matchup. The Detroit Pistons are hosting the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers are 3.5-point road favorites with a total of 227 in this game. Let me grab the NBA line movement. We'll get into this. This line opened up at -3.5 for the Pacers. It's gone down. It went down to 2.5 at one point. It's back up to 3.5. This line opened up at 229. It's moved down 2 points to 227. My line for this game, the wrong team is favored. And I know Detroit sucks, but at home, with Indiana on the road, they shouldn't be favored, especially by 3.5 points. I have Detroit here. I got Detroit plus the 3.5 against the Pacers in this spot. As for the total, I have this game projected at 228.5, so it's a slight lean towards the over for me. But I'm on the Pistonians here in this one. Detroit for me.
Yeah, these two teams just played, and Indiana won, I believe, by 6. All right. Now they're playing each other back-to-back games. I guess I would lean towards the Pistons, but I feel like this would be a okay time to just play.
Stop it. Get some help.
Move on.
Okay, good. If you didn't click that, I was going to.
Because this is not a game I'm interested in going after. I got 4 plays today. This is not a game I want to go after.
Yeah, I've got 3 in the NBA, and they're all early. They're all early games.
Yeah, there you go. He likes stars in regulation in that Pacers Pistons game. Sounds good. This matchup always reminds me of Ron Artest. Why? Because it's ugly. We'll head to the next game, Nick.
Yeah, this one's interesting here, Tim. Atlanta Hawks are hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Hawks are 5-point favorites. Total, am I reading this right? 244.5.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely ridiculous. There's probably a hint off of what my play in this game is. This line opened up at Atlanta -4. It's gone up 1.5 to Atlanta -5.5. This line opened up at 240. It actually went down at the initial opening to 239. Since then, it's gone all the way up to 244.5. So it's been nothing but skyrocketing up, and I disagree with that. My projections for this game -3.5 for Atlanta. So I think that line is slightly towards Minnesota. But I have this game at a 238. I think this number is way too high. So I grabbed the under in this game, under 244.5 here with Atlanta and Minnesota.
Yeah, I didn't touch a total. If anything, it's got to be an under at a 244.5. But I am on Minnesota. I think it's too big of a spread. I got it at 5. I don't think it should be this wide. I don't think Atlanta should be this big of a favor right now, especially with the way they're playing. They're 5-5 their last 10. And when they are kind of favorites like this, they're not covering. And even they're losing some of those games outright. So I wouldn't trust Atlanta as this big of a favorite. I think Minnesota can keep this one close. Give me Timberwolves +5.
I just want to take a look at this. You can get Timberwolves. No. Atlanta Hawks, their team total is 125.
It's about right.
Under.
Yeah. Pistons are always 100, yeah. He is referencing the malice at the Palace with the Packers-Pistons brawl. Fair enough. That fan fight was a Pacers-Pistons game. I think changed the fan rules after that. That's fair. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Dad. How are you doing today? Marcos, what's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash today. Hit the like button. People, show appreciation, subscribe, and share. Tim, you know the rest of the saying. NBA, let's find some value. And there was a little bit there, but I will say my best bet is on this game. So
I've got diddly squat for this game.
Cool.
This line's flipped 3 points since I put this on. Since I typed this game up this morning. The Mavericks are now, the Grizzlies are now -2 with a total of 224.5 in this game. Let's take a look at this line movement here. This line opened up at Memphis -1. This actually flipped over to Dallas -1 and it's crossed back over 0 again, and now it's Memphis -2. This line opened up at 222.5. It's moved up to 2 points to 224.5. I have this game at a pick'em, so seeing it cross through 0 a couple of times kind of makes sense for me because I have this game priced so closely, and I have this game at a 221. So I really have no interest in this game. Why is this line moved through 0 a couple of times, Tim? Do we know about that? Is there any injuries we need to talk about?
I mean, there's no Lucas still. There's no Morant still. And Kyrie Irving is questionable. So it should be fun. But I do have a best bet in this one. So this is the one game I'm not going to really dig deep into. But we do have some injuries. Keep an eye on the injury report, especially for Kyrie.
Okay.
See if he plays today or not with hurt feelings. Kyrie is the one guy I have no problem ripping on. He's an idiot. Mavs, Stars, Texas Rangers, first 5 parlay straight cash.
I'm going to guess Richie's from Texas. Just a hunch.
Dallas, yes. Yeah, yes, he is. We'll go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, and this game is where I'm going to conclude my NBA card today.
Cool.
I have 3 plays in the first 4 games, and then that's it. Utah Jazz are at the Miami Heat. The Heat are 7.5 point home favorites with a total of 225.5. Let's take a look. This line opened up at Miami -7.5, and it is stayed there. This line opened up at 223. It's actually moved up 3 points to 226. So this line's moved up 3 points for a Miami total. That's kind of interesting there. I have this game at a 224.5. So this line is crossed directly over what my projected line was. So makes sense to me. It may have gone a little bit too far hitting the 226, but obviously not enough for me to pull the trigger on anything here. So for that, it's a pass. And for the side, though, that is not a pass. I have Miami as a 4-point favorite in this game, so I see 3.5 points of value here with the Jazz. I'm on Utah in this spot. You like Jazz?
I didn't like this game. It was just not a game I wanted to go after. It would be a lean towards the Jazz. I strongly believe that Miami should not be this big of a favorite with how slow they play and everything, and how it lean towards under as well. But the Jazz are a very, very high-paced team. This is a game I wanted nothing to do with. Miami is, at least they're consistent. They're first place in their division, at least. They've won 3 out of their last 5, but this is not a team I'm necessarily interested in going after. Utah has kind of fallen off a cliff, although they've won 2 straight. Granted, it was against Orlando and Charlotte. Not a game I wanted to go after. This one is a pass for me.
Yeah, this game kind of feels confusing with the total there because this game feels like this total is too low for a Jazz game, but too high for a Heat game.
Correct. Jazz spread and the ugly under. Why not? Eric likes the over. Well, if you like the Utah Jazz, you're expecting an over. If you like the Heat, you're expecting an under.
If you like the Jazz, maybe grab a team total.
Maybe. I might have to get involved in this game, Nick.
Yeah. I have a lean in this game. No bet, though. The Boston Celtics are 12-point road favorites, total of 230.5. I want to say this is the biggest one we've seen all year, but I don't think it is.
It's not. There was a 15-point road favorite. It was I believe it was Milwaukee against the Jazz.
Yeah. This line opened up at 13.
Sorry, against the Spurs.
Yeah. This line opened up at 13. It went down to a 12 and then back up to a 12.5. This line opened up at 230 and it's gone up to 231.5. So the line move towards the Celtics and the over. My line for this game is a 10. So if I could have gotten 13 with the Rockets, 13.5, that would have triggered a play. At 12.5, it is a very strong lean. As for the total, I have this game at a 233, so it's a strong lean again, once again, to the over in this game for me. But no interest in this game. This is another pass for me.
Yeah, I might have to bet Houston. And I feel like if I'm going to bet Houston, there might be 2 plays on the site
No.
because I can get their money line at plus 550.
No.
Awfully appetizing. Anyways,
Now.
I lean Rockets right now. I don't know if I'm going to get to it. It's a 12. It's a 12-point home dog. How do I
Yeah, it's
not?
a 12
How do
point.
I
It's a 12. It's simple, Tim. It's a 12-point home dog for a reason. I
Because they're
mean, they
going to
may
win
cover the
outright.
spread. Their only 2 wins since February 3rd were against the Spurs and the Spurs.
So what you're saying is Houston money.
No.
I'm very, very tempted to pull the trigger on Houston. If I do, it'll most likely be a free play or something on the site, but we'll see. Houston in
Points,
this
yes. Money line, no.
one. How we touch the Pacers game? Yeah, I passed. Nick grabbed Detroit.
Yeah.
Rockets spread, light money line spread. Yes. Rockets plus the money line. Yes. I might.
You guys are insane.
I might just have to. Anyways, 2 games left. I actually have plays for these games.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this game. Warriors are 4-point home favorites with a total of 236 in this game. This line has actually moved up a little bit. This line opened up at 4. It's now up to a 4.5. This line opened up at 241 total. The markets have corrected that. It's down to a 236. My line for this game is Golden State minus 1.5. So it's a lean towards the Suns getting the points for me in this game. And I have this game at a 234. So it's a lean towards the under. It would have been definitely an under at that 241 number. But I didn't get in. I didn't bet it early. So this ended up being a pass for me.
Yeah, I am on the Warriors because you back the Warriors at home and you fade them on the road. It's just that simple right now. That and Phoenix going against Phoenix the rest of the season is going to be something I do, just because they are without Kevin Durant and they traded 3 pieces for Kevin Durant. So this is a very short benched Suns team, and I think they're going to really struggle down the stretch. They'll be fine. They'll make the playoffs. They are not catching the Kings. But this is a Warrior spot for me, minus the 4. You back them at home. You fade them on the road. They're at home where they're 28-7 this year. Give me the Warriors minus the 4.
Yeah, I think the Sacramento Kings are practically a lock for that division now too.
Yep, probably. Yep, good job, Nick. Nice try. Yo. What's up, Joe? I got the under. I don't hate it. I don't hate the under. Nuggets go down again 2 times. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Nuggets. They're getting their skid out now. That's fine. Suns, no. I don't like the Suns. There's a lot of chance they could cash. Never in doubt. LOL. Celtics have been iffy the past few weeks. And past week, multiple collapses. That's my point. I don't think Boston deserves to be that big of a favorite. Warriors minus the points. Yes. Hello, Markel. My Warriors come out to play tonight. Yes, they do. They come out to play at home. On the road, they're garbage. And the Bucks. No, I don't like the Bucks today. Warriors minus 9.5. Sure. We'll actually go to this last one, Nick.
Yeah, real quick, I saw an interesting post on Twitter. It's from FanDuel, but it says, I want to pick a 12 seed over a 5 seed, just not sure which one. Also opening up Twitter this morning. Trending in the United States, 42.1 thousand tweets. Drake.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm really torn on that game.
I like Drake, but we'll talk
I lean
about
Drake right now, but yeah. Milwaukee and Sacramento. Pick them in this game. Total of 244.5. Another 244.5. This one I'm not taking the under though. Minus 1.5 was the opening line. It's now to a minus 2. This line opened up at 239.5. Kudos to anybody who got the over on that because it's moved up 5 points since then. I have this game at minus 1 for Milwaukee, so it's a slight lean towards the Bucks. And I have this game at a 241.5, so it's a slight lean towards the under. It's a no play for me.
Light the beam. Kings. And you know how the Kings are winning these games, right, Nick? Offense.
Yeah.
121.21 points per game. The next highest is the Golden State Warriors at 118.09. They are outscoring the Warriors by 3 points a game. 3.12 points per game. That is a lot. That is a big difference right there, because the 3.12 is the same as between 1 and 2 as Golden State and like the 11. Like it's a big difference. This Kings team has been phenomenal offensively this year, and I think they get the job done again today. Everybody is going to go see the best team in the league right now, best record in the league, and they're a pick 'em. Kings are going to be a little bit surprising. Well, not surprising. People know about them now. They're going to make a little bit of ruckus in the playoffs too. I'll have them to get out of their first round against whoever they play. They're currently the number 2 team in the West, so definitely something to keep an eye out for. I believe they're still the number 1. Let's see, playoff picture. Yep, they're still the number 2 team in the West. 5 games behind for the Nuggets. They're tied with Memphis, and right now they would play the winner of Dallas, Minnesota and Dallas. So I would definitely take them against either one of those teams, but I like the Kings to get the job done today. So Sacramento, light the beam.
Fair.
That's true, Tim. They can only win at home. That's why I still hope they can get the number 1 seed.
They're 11 games out.
They're 11 games back for the 1 seed. Keep dreaming. So they can get extra home games, and the road games will have to go through them. Yeah, they're not getting at this point. I think you would want to have. I think you would want them to get at least the 4 seed, which they're only 2.5 games back for that. I think that's more manageable. There's no chance they get the 1 seed. Not a chance. Not sure if Montreal has a chance to win tonight, but I'm thinking the game goes under, maybe 4.5. You go for that. Biggest dog for me last night was Mexico upsetting the United States. Right on. Go Mexico. My thing is Kings don't have no experience in the playoffs. That is true. I don't particularly care. It's a young team that's not supposed to be good, and they have not been told that yet. So, plus 250. Nice. That is all the games for today, Nick. Light card today, which is very nice. Very, very nice. We'll go ahead and recap before we head on out. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Links in the description. Check them all out. This is the EarleSportsBets.com website. $49 week pass. March Madness starts tomorrow.
Yes.
First playing games.
First 4, yeah.
I was
already giving my initial leans towards those. I'm going to be locking in place today.
NIT also starts tomorrow. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
So let's look. Because you get Hofstra and Rutgers, Toledo and Michigan, UAB Southern Miss. Villanova made the NIT against Liberty. Yale and
Liberty is 2-point favorites in that game.
Wisconsin and Bradley, Eastern Washington, Washington State, and then Seton Hall and Colorado for some NIT games. So, by the way, and UNC is not in the NIT.
That is some major sore loser vibes there.
They opted out of it, but so lots of plays if you guys are interested in all of that. Recapping for today, very small slate: Minnesota, Golden State, and Sacramento, and I am really, really close to betting Houston. I might end up putting it up, but anyways, Nick, recap for today.
Yeah, in the NBA, I'm on the Pistons plus 3.5. Minnesota, Atlanta under 244.5. Utah plus 7.5. In the NHL, Toronto, Buffalo under 7. Montreal, Colorado under 6.5. And the Dallas Stars at minus 120.
Yes, but the 6th seed will get Nuggets in the second round. Shake my head. Hard to win in Denver. Yeah, it is. A good show, guys. I mean, Sabonis was in the playoffs. Yeah, Sabonis has played in the playoffs for the Pacers. Yep. Thanks. No E-game played. Yeah. Light card, hate them. It happens. It happens. We'll be back tonight, I think 7 o'clock for some Houston Astros baseball previews. Make sure you guys check out that. Under is plus 350. There you go. Might be a small bet type of day.
Time to prep for tomorrow's big NHL card and tournament plays. I'm going to be locking in a lot of tournament first round plays today. I'll probably be posting mine on Twitter. My tournament plays. And I think the NIT games will be more behind the paywall or whatever. Because this is a tournament, and we're going to disagree on some games, Tim, but I'm betting everyone.
Yep, we'll have a talk about them afterwards. But that's it for this one. We will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.